Happy Memorial Day to everyone who is going to see this video. My name is Pastor Carlos Malley. I'm the outreach pastor of the Circle Church of Alexandria, located in Alexandria, Louisiana, and led by Senior Pastor Vincent Smith. Pastor Smith asked that I would share a short devotional on the significance of Memorial Day. I do appreciate him wanting to do that and acknowledging Memorial Day for our fallen heroes. I wanted to provide some level of clarity between three significant days for us service members. The first is Armed Forces Day. Armed Forces Day is a day that we acknowledge everyone that is currently serving in the military. So active duty, reserve, National Guard. Veterans Day is a day that we acknowledge those that have served in the military. And Memorial Day, we acknowledge those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice as a result of their service in the military. And so a common text that we often share on this day comes from John's Gospel, chapter 15, verse 13. And it says, "Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends." In 2018, I had the unique opportunity to deploying to the Middle East. In case you don't know, I am also a chaplain in the United States Army Reserve. I've been in the Army Reserve for 9 years now. And prior to that, I was enlisted airman in the United States Air Force. And so I have been in the military now for a total of 19 years. And I currently serve as a brigade chaplain and major at the 321st Sustainment Brigade in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, under the leadership of Colonel James Carmichael and Command Sergeant Major James Wheeler. And it's an honor to serve under their leadership, and it's an honor to serve in the Army. In 2018, I deployed to the Middle East with the 75th Combat Support Hospital, Detachment 4, and had a unique opportunity to visit various countries in the Middle East. I visited Kuwait, I visited Qatar, and I got to do what we call battlefield circulation through Iraq. And it was at that moment that I was in Iraq, circling through with then Sergeant Perry, now Lieutenant Perry, which David Perry. And so I salute you for accomplishing your goal. But he and I were able to travel around Iraq for a little short of a month. And it was at that moment that it hit, I think, both of us that it was very real that we might or we might not make it out of Iraq. We weren't under fire or anything of that nature, but just the realness of hearing, fire outside the wire, just everyone carrying weapons everywhere, David having to be with me everywhere that I went. And as a chaplain, you don't get to carry a weapon. Your chaplain assistant, or what we call now religious affairs specialists, they are our force protection. So it's a lot of trust that we have to have in them to protect us. But it became very real to me at that moment that it was no guarantee that I was going to be able to come home. And obviously, by us being service members, and like service members all over the world. So while I am here in my, my front porch in central Louisiana enjoying this day off, there are men and women all over the world right now that are putting themselves in harm's way with absolutely no guarantee that they're going to make it home. And they are sacrificing their time away from their loved ones and their families to protect us. So I can enjoy my day with my family. So you can enjoy your day, your grilling on the barbecue or whatever you're doing today. You're doing that and you're able to do that because of the sacrifice that brave men and women make all over the world for you. And some of them will pay the ultimate sacrifice. They will not make it home. And that's what David and I faced in 2018, as well as all the soldiers that were doing the same things that we were doing, traveling, visiting soldiers, doing what the mission required us to do in and out of various countries, various forms of imminent danger. We sign up to do that for the freedoms that we enjoy today. And so I wanted to just take a moment on behalf of Pastor Vincent Smith and myself, Pastor Malley, and the Circle Church of Alexandria, just say to all of the servicemen and women that are out there right now in harm's way, and the families of those that have been impacted by the loss of your husband or your wife, your son, your daughter, your brother, your sister, your father, your mother, paying the ultimate sacrifice. We remember you. We acknowledge you. We thank you. We love you. And we appreciate all that you have done to preserve the freedoms that we enjoy in America. I also would be remiss if I didn't remind you of the ultimate sacrifice that God's Son, Jesus Christ, made for your spiritual freedom. That he saved you from your sin, he saved you from your strongholds, and he gave you salvation by the sacrifice that he made. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. So I want to acknowledge the men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for my physical freedom that I enjoy, but also my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who gave me the spiritual freedom that I and fellow believers enjoy in him for the sacrifice that he made on the cross for you and I. We love you. We thank you. We acknowledge you today. Major Malley,